James Clooney's absolute return fund assets fall by a third in 1 month. James Clooney's absolute return fund has shed a third of its assets in a month as investors flee the targeted return sector, and his bets against Tesla and Scottish Mortgage have come unstuck.Assets in the Jupiter Absolute Return Fund have fallen by an estimated £357.5 million since the start of February. The fund's last fact sheet shows it was sitting at £975 million at the start of the month, but data from Trustnet shows it is currently at £617.5 million. The fund has shed more in 1 month than it did in 2019, when assets tumbled £299 million, taking it from £1.5 billion to £1.2 billion. According to Morningstar, Flow's data.Portfolio advisor understands the bulk of the falling assets in the fund, around 85%, was from customers pulling money out, while the remainder is due to performance-related movements.Jupiter decline to comment.Battered by Tesla and Scottish Mortgage. shortsClunie's fund has come under intense pressure, with the fund languishing near the bottom of the targeted return sector for several years. It has lost investors 13.5% so far this year. Investors in the fund are facing double-digit losses overall. Meaningful time horizons.Jupiter absolute return performance versus targeted return sector 3M6M1Y3Y5Y Jupiter absolute return 13.1 to 13.0 to 15.9 to 20.9 to 11.0 targeted return 0.1 to 0.22.12.65.8 source. TrustnetThings took a turn for the worse last month when Clooney became one of the casualties of Tesla's share price tripling in value. Clooney and hedge fund manager Crispin Odey were among the investors pushing Tesla to become the most shorted stock in the US, with 17% of shares on loan.Clunie's skepticism over Elon Musk's electric car company pitted him against nemesis Scottish mortgage fund manager James Anderson, whose trustee also has a small short out on. Shares in Tesla have fallen back down to $634 a share after peaking at $969 the first week of February, but are still up 50% year to date. Though Clooney's fund has suffered for most of the year, it rose into positive territory briefly during the coronavirus-induced sell-off in late February as growth stocks like Amazon and Netflix that it shorts saw their share prices hit. Discretionary managers have generally been yanking money from absolute return type funds. The targeted return sector was the worst-selling retail class last year, with investors pulling £4.9 billion from the asset class. Jupiter has continued to pledge its support for Clooney as his long run of underperformance drags on. Last month, the FTSE 250 fund group announced it would be shutting a sub-fund of Clooney's Jupiter Global Levered Absolute Return Fund after it was unable to cope with a wave of redemptions. For more on this story, visit the news article link.